What is a luxury item from 20 years ago that is basically worthless trash today?
CD players in cars that come out of the dash and pop out, and you would take the face off so it didn't get stolen, maybe slightly longer than 20 years ago. Let's see, I had a 6-disc trunk changer in 1991, had a CD player where the whole body was removable in probably 92, and a removable one in 93 or 94. I had a removable face CD player in 1995, so if by slightly longer you mean 30 years instead of 20, then yeah, damn thing still got stolen. My 2025 has a CD player. Yes, I was also rather surprised. I had to pay someone to take away my projection TV that worked perfectly fine. I had one of those in the basement that came with the house when I bought it in late 1999. When I upgraded the basement with a widescreen flat TV, 3D, but it was free, so don't come at me. The only way I could get the projection TV out was to take it apart, as it was too big and heavy to remove any other way. Boy, those things were held together by a lot of screws. Taxi medallions. My dad was a taxi driver and owned his own medallion. He got sick and couldn't drive anymore and had to retire, and sold it for over $500,000 at the time. It may have been worth over $1 million at its peak. Because of the rise in Uber and Lyft, it's worth a fraction of what it was 20 years ago. Still not worthless, but Uber basically killed the taxi business in many cities in the US. 100% this. Had a taxi driver dad who had to rent a medallion because the prices were insane to buy one. A 1 gigabyte thumb drive. I remember we desperately needed a larger thumb drive to transfer a school video project to another computer, and my very wealthy friend's dad had one that he kept in a locked drawer in his office. My friend was able to pull some strings to get permission from his dad to let us use it, and we were incredibly grateful. So weird to think about now. I have a 15-year-old 1 gigabyte thumb drive on my keychain that I use at least once a month, usually as a backup when I'm giving presentations off-site. It saved my ass on multiple occasions to have a copy on my person instead of just the cloud. So while it's not a huge amount of storage, it's not obsolete either. My friend had a 2 gigabyte one that cost her an absolute fortune. She had it on a lanyard around her neck and accidentally dunked it in her coffee. Killed it after owning it for 3 days. How long did it take to load the data? The transfer speed was terrible then. All my fancy friends had rewinders, which apparently isn't a word in my iPhone's language as it kept autocorrecting me. I had to sit there like a peasant rewinding my VHS tapes in my VCR. FML. A little more than 20 years, late 90s, but my dad had a rear projector 64-inch TV. Cost about $12,000, and I ended up selling it about 5 years ago for $50. I had a kinder rich friend who had one in their basement. It was great for GoldenEye 64, but after they got a thin screen upstairs in like 2003, they had to eventually pay a waste company to remove it because it weighed like 400 pounds and the dump wouldn't even legally accept it. I got to drive a forklift through 2 of these while doing e-waste recycling. If you get the forklift blades at the right height, the screen pops inward and the blades hook on the case. This was 2015, I think. $50? Too much. Should have charged you for hauling it away. Some of these answers are items from like 30 or 40 years ago, lol. Hummel figurines. I am cleaning out my mother's house and she has so much worthless crap that she thought was valuable. It has really caused me to reconsider what I am keeping in my home, and I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff so my kids don't have the burden of dumping it. Hummels were her generation's Funko Pops. They were valuable once. My mom did the same. Bought them when they were valuable and now they're not. I don't like them, but they still bring her joy, which is what matters. I remember when a particular Hummel was a plot device for a bit on Better Call Saul. Motorola Razr V3. Retailed for like $500 in 2006. Damn, I didn't realize how spoiled I was. My parents got me a pink one for my birthday in middle school. I think it was my first phone, and $500 was a lot back then. I remember I sent a really spicy pixelated picture of my bra and non-existent boobs to my crush on it, and my ringtone was a T.I. song. I had the SLVRL7 then, didn't like flip phones.
I paid $500 for one in 2005. I'm still pissed about not mailing in the $100 rebate in time, but the first time I saw another person with one, it was an airline pilot. I was pretty badass. My Nextel i800 flip phone. It was great for its walkie-talkie and group messaging functions, had amazing voice clarity, and was the smallest full-featured enterprise phone available. Footprint was smaller than a credit card. Most of my friends didn't think it was real, held a charge for up to 3 days on the extended battery, and came with a cable that let you use it like a modem. Its short travel, positive click metal keys allowed incredibly fast T9 typing. It had amazing, rock-solid connectivity in every major metro area and along all state and interstate highways. Sprint bought Nextel and shut down the US IDEN network in 2013, making all their Nextel phones completely worthless.
Dining room china cabinets. And the big wood armoires to hold the giant TV and DVD player and closed caption box and shelves of DVDs and VHS tapes. People constantly offer them for free on Facebook groups. Nobody wants either of them. TVs are now very thin and light and can go anywhere. Nobody has fancy china sets that need to be displayed and stored. Our dining room table cost $42,000 in 1990. Trust me when I say it's nice, but far from impressive. It's just a simple design. The silverware set was about $5,000 from Foley's, and we have duplicates of everything because of a customer complaint of ours that it came incomplete. So they just sent us a full new set. Different times.
Our china cabinet is full of our fancy drink glasses, no match sets. Otherwise, we drink out of mason jars like barbarians. One of those fold-down TVs in the roof of your car. We had that in 2006, and it streamed Disney, Boomerang, and Discovery channels. Caller ID box. I think many people don't know how big of a deal that was, but now it's just part and parcel of a phone. As someone who remembers when the only way to find out who was calling you was to pick up the phone and ask, "Who is this?" Caller ID was amazing to have, despite the idea behind it being incredibly simple. The reason it's everywhere now is because no one wants to be without it. What a flashback! The telephone had all sorts of things connected to it. A caller ID box, a separate answering machine, and the dial-up splitter. LOL. I remember kids at school would try to figure out who was rich by asking who had caller ID, lol. There was a post about the entire front page of a Radio Shack Black Friday newspaper ad being outperformed by the smartphone in your pocket. TV, camcorder, Walkman, voice recorder, telephone, calculator, and so on. I remember my dad saying around 1998 that multifunctional tech products would never succeed because the performance would never be as good as specialized ones. I don't even remember what kind of combined devices he was referring to. Beanie Babies from 27 years ago weren't luxury items, but people were going crazy for them, and they are essentially worthless today. Are you telling me my Princess Diana bear is worthless?
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.